Hello. Welcome to our guided meditation. This is a moment where we don't use any particular book or passage. We just kind of settle in to experience the presence of God. And I'm in the middle of my week, so I've been working on a sermon for this upcoming Sunday. And in that, I've been talking and looking into this notion of our minds always running as something of an addiction. We tend to be addicted to thinking, to letting that treadmill of the mind go and go. We might be processing a situation or how to fix a situation or why we're right or what needs to happen differently. And all of that tends to play into that ego, that sense of importance, and that sense of we have to do it, as opposed to somehow we are all a collective and we do this together, and it's the work of all the people as opposed to the work of the one. And so in the midst of that, what I'd like to do is just give us a moment to settle. Part of contemplative prayer is letting go or settling the mind. And when thoughts come, we notice that they're there. We notice that we have all this emotion and tumult, but then we let it go. We observe it, but we don't sit under the experience of it. And so when we learn to let go in that way, there's a little part of us that moves on, a little part of us that dies, as it were, to this sense of like, I have to fix it, I have to do it. But where that part dies, we also experience new life, new birth, right? We're born into whatever is next, what is coming. And so I want to give us a moment just to be still. And when those thoughts come, rather than engaging them, kind of notice that it's there, and then we move on from it. And then after we've settled for a time, I'll give us a moment to see like what comes up in our spirit when we are quiet. So it'll be kind of a part one and a part two. So wherever you're at, if you can find yourself in a relaxed position, I invite you to close your eyes. I'll also close mine. And as we sit in that space, on your exhales, take note of anything that's tight and let that go. Allow your breath to be the intaking of life and gratefulness. And allow that exhale to let go of that which is caustic and toxic. And just give us a moment there. And as we settle in, choose a focal point. It could remain your breathing, or it could be a contemplative word or phrase that settles you. But if planning or thoughts, what has happened or what is to come starts to creep in, notice it, and then like a windshield wiper, let it wash away and come back to your intention. Give us a few moments in that space. as you sit in this space of resetting, probably there were multiple times where your own thoughts came in and you said to yourself, nope, I'm going to come back to this space. I'm going to accept the new and let go of that treadmill experience. So as we are seated in this space of letting go, if in the next couple moments you notice anything, maybe you feel prompted by the Holy Spirit, just take note of it. We won't do anything about it. We'll just listen. You really don't have to change anything in your demeanor. Your intention will continue to be let go of thought. Focus on either your word, your phrase, or your breathing. But then if anything comes to mind, just take note if it's something you feel called to. In your own time, you begin to wiggle your fingers and toes and shift around, and when you're ready, you can open your eyes. This sort of a practice, it can feel different than some of our other types of prayer practices where we might ask for a lot of stuff, or we might be really busy and being thankful and grateful for things. This is more of a giving space to just receive whatever it is that God has for us. And a lot of people find that it becomes more introspective, it becomes more of an awareness tool. We take note of things a little easier than when we are so busy. So it's really an empowering experience over time, and especially when we don't feel like we have to perform in any kind of a way, like we don't have to report back. So take it as you will. Try it throughout your days. I've found over time this gets better and richer. For one thing, I stop worrying if I'm doing it right. And also, I think what some people have noticed too is even in those short bursts, sometimes if we know we only have a short burst, we'll get right to it because we don't want to miss whatever it is that we would be able to get. And so whether you have a short time or a long time, they're all good times. So thank you so much for being with me today. I will look forward to seeing you again soon. Bye-bye.